Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jean and I'm so excited to have you guys here. So for today's video, we're going to do a pick a card reading about your hidden gifts and talents. Okay, so we're going to do a 3-part reading. Okay, so we're going to use Oracle, we're going to use Tarot, and then we're also going to use some initials and months, okay, to give us more information. So we're going to find out how will you be able to discover these gifts and talents, what are those gifts and talents, some warnings, and for the third part, yung the initials, so some significant letters, numbers, and months related to let's say opportunities, okay, offers, job offers, or so something that has to do with abundance, or say spiritual enlightening, anything that is relevant, or significant to the future self. Now, I've prepared 3 piles for you guys to choose from, and also please excuse my voice. I've been a little bit under the weather, but I'm fine. It's been a while, like 2 weeks since I've last posted a video, and I really want to do this. I love doing this, especially for you guys. So, without further ado, let me introduce the piles. So, for the first pile, we have this beautiful raw black obsidian. There you go. So this one is pile number 1. So you can also pick based on the energy of the cards. And then for pile number 2, we have this sparkly and also very beautiful raw pyrite. There you go. And then for pile number 3, hold on. There you go. Can you see the flash on the screen? So for pile number 3, we have this beautiful palm stone, Labradorite palm stone, and I love Labradorite because of the flashes. Although I do love almost all kinds of crystals, especially the ones in my collection. Anyway, so yeah, take your pick based on the energy of the crystals that you feel most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, that's also okay. And then once you've made your pick, let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hi pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So if you have chosen the black obsidian crystal, this one is for you. So again, this was pre-shuffled, so I've already seen the cards. Now as promised, we'll start with the oracle cards, the fortune tea leaf cards. There you go. And then let's see, how will you be able to discover these talents? Okay, now for your first card, pile number 1, we have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. And then we have rabbit, too much concerned with sexual matters. Okay, so pile number 1. Now, in terms of how you will be able to discover this gift and talent, what I'm seeing here is that not exactly that it has to do with something that's really sexual, but more so with something romantic. Okay, something that has to do with romance, something that has to do with physical or emotional attraction, or attraction in general. Now I'm seeing here that for you guys, you have had quite a difficult time in terms of romance. So for most of you who have picked pile number 1, so this could be the first sign that this is the right pile for you. So in the past, you have had difficulty in terms of love life, and I'm seeing that for some of you, it might have been that you have experienced, or for some of you is still currently, this is still happening. You're still experiencing some trauma in terms of the past. It could be that you were in an abusive relationship. It was unhealthy, it was toxic, but somehow you were able to find a way out of it. Okay, so through that difficulty, I'm seeing that one of the reasons why you had to go through that phase in your life is because truly there is a reason, and that reason is for you to discover something very important about yourself. Sorry about that pause. Anyway, also for you, pile number one with the needle and thread and rabbit appearing in your first part of the reading. I'm seeing that, in terms of imagery, so you see, well, definitely it's a thread. So the hole, like, is very small, okay, and then you see here you have the rabbit for the next card. So what I'm seeing here is that, regardless this of the experience that you have gone through, so it's definitely different for each and every one of you, but the one thing that you have in common, pile number one, is that through that very difficult situation, through that very difficult thing that you have gone through, you have definitely emerged as someone who is stronger, someone who is wiser, and someone who could do things that you never thought you could do. So you were definitely, in a way, sharpened. You definitely became a better person because of this. Okay, so the difficulties that you have gone through, the struggles that you've faced, the challenges that you've overcome. So Spirit is saying that they were not for nothing. They were definitely for something bigger. Now, let's see. This time, let's go with the tarot cards as promised, and then let's try to find out, what are your gifts and talents. So this one is actually about, a warning. And for your first card, oops, this is actually supposed to be the last. Okay, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay. And then you have, first card is actually Ten of Wands. Okay, and then the next card that you have is Seven of Swords. Next off, you have Two of Cups in reverse. You have Queen of Pentacles. And you have the Five of Swords in reverse. And then this card is Broken Ring. Okay, so let's discuss. Okay, so now I want to talk about the cards, the 5 cards in general, and then I'm going to talk about them one by one. Now, in general, okay, in terms of the general meaning of your tarot cards, what I'm seeing here is that one of the gifts, one of the many gifts that you've acquired because of this experience, out of this experience rather, is that you are now wiser in terms of determining if someone is lying, or if someone is trying to deceive you, trying to fool you. It has really made you someone who has good street smart skills. So that's what you have. You guys have good street smart skills. Okay, now let's talk about the cards one by one, and then I want to start off with the Ten of Wands in here. So the Ten of Wands in your reading is showing a girl walking away, okay, from a previous situation. So in here, it's saying that one of your many talents is that, you have a good intrapersonal knowledge. So if you guys are familiar with the 7 types of intelligence, intrapersonal is one of them. Interpersonal talks about your knowledge about yourself. So what I'm seeing here for you, pal number one, is that out of this experience, now this could also, I'm also seeing that for some of you, this could also be something that was born out of an unpleasant family experience. So it could be the case, but the Ten of Wands in here is saying that because of the many experiences that you've had, okay, see how you've come a long way. Right now, the Ten of Wands here, the path, there's been a path, okay, there's a path, but then it's not that she's carrying the burden with her, but it's more like she's carrying the lessons with her. And there are many lessons that you've learned. Okay, so going back to the intelligence that we're talking about, the interpersonal intelligence talks about, the knowledge about yourself. How well do you know yourself? And one of the things that you have, one of the gifts that you have, is that you have a lot of knowledge about yourself out of the experiences that you've gone through. It's not just this one instance, but the many instances that you've gone through. So you have this gift, you have this ability to take, the good lessons, like the lessons, every lesson that has happened to you. For some of you, this may be born out of mistakes. For some of you, this could be born out of a wrong decision or something that's impulsive and all. But regardless, nonetheless, you have acquired a lot of experience that has definitely made you a better and wiser person, full and well equipped, with the next phase of your life, with the next challenge that is about to come your way. And with the Seven of Swords appearing next for your talent, I'm seeing here that you are wise. Okay, you're witty, you're quick. Okay, and you can tell even from afar. Now, it seems like for this reading, for this energy, I'm seeing that you are this crow. Okay, and notice how there's a thief at the back, but then the crow is still, crowing. Sorry, making a noise. Okay, basically the action of the image is that this bird is making a noise. So in terms of your reading, in relation to your reading, what I'm seeing here is that, even from afar, even if you're on your back, you can strongly tell if someone is being untrue to you, if someone is talking behind your back. Like, it's like an intuition kind of thing, like you can tell if someone is being unreal, someone is being untrue, or someone is being fake in general. Okay, so you can tell very well if someone is lying to your face or lying to your back. So that's one of the many talents that you have. And then next we have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, and I want to talk about these cards together, like as a group. Excuse me. So what I'm seeing here is that, because of these things that have happened before, you realize that, you are capable, you're a strong, independent person. You can manage on your own. Because of that, you're very independent. Okay, you've become very independent, very self-sufficient, to the point wherein you have difficulty asking for help, or you feel like you don't need help, like, at all. Okay, and it's okay. Okay, so in many cases, that's okay. All right, the Queen of Pentacles here is saying that, being beside the Two of Cups in reverse, it's saying that, well, queen energy, regardless of your gender, there's a queen energy. Okay, that you are indeed capable of managing things on your own. And I'm also seeing here that, because of the other experiences that you've had in life, so not just this in particular, but your life experiences in general, it made you realize how valuable work is. Whether you're experiencing something difficult at work, whether there's a challenge, even if it's about a boss or a colleague of yours, regardless of the situation. Okay, it's saying that one of the many things that you have is how you value your work, and how you're very good at whatever it is that you do. You're very good at your work, you're very good at your job. And I'm also seeing here that it's almost coming to a point wherein you're becoming workaholic. Like, work is life. Again, it's okay. I mean, if it's the one thing that makes you happy, is like, go for it, right? Like, to each their own. But I'm also seeing here that, there's this tendency for you to keep everything by yourself. Like, you want to be, and you are, I'm seeing it for most of you are. Like, you are this person that many people turn to in terms of work. Now, for some of you, I'm seeing that, there's a possible promotion coming on, or, if you have just been promoted, that, you will do well, you will continue to excel, you continuously excel at your work in the years to come. It's going to be great career progression in your cards, is what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing here that you guys are a perfectionist, okay? So some of you may describe yourself as OC, like, you like things perfect. You like things, to be flawless the first time it was executed, which is great, okay? Especially if you guys work in corporate, okay? Like, it's very valuable. So you will value time so much, okay? You value quality so much. It's also what I'm seeing. Like, you want to make sure that everything's perfect. It's almost like you're the QA team, okay, within your circle. Now, this card, okay, like what I talked to you guys a while ago. This card is a warning sign. So yes, we have these wonderful gifts coming in for you. Now, this one talks about a warning of what could be kind of like the side effects of the gifts that you have. And for you guys, we have here broken ring. So it says parting of the ways in either romance or business. So it's saying pretty much like the Two of Cups. It's matching the Two of Cups in reverse energy. It's saying that yes, being self-sufficient is great. Okay, so there's nothing wrong, nothing for you to change rather about it. Being independent is great, but there would also come a time wherein you would be needing someone else's help. And in terms of romance, in relationships in general, there would also come a time wherein you have to allow other people to come into your life, to be to have this special place in your heart. I know that it could be easier said than done, especially if the wounds are still fresh. But cards is saying, the spirits are saying that you might be missing out on this great opportunity to experience another kind of happiness that this new people, that this new relationships could be bringing in to your life. Now, as promised, let's go with the sorry about the tricycle sound. Anyway, let's go with the initials, like months and years. So this could be something significant to opportunities or offers, to your higher self in general. Okay, so I think I've picked mostly letters. Okay, I think I tried to pick some dates and months as well. There you go. Okay, so I've picked quite a lot. So we have, for the letters, you have S, A, oh, yes, it says yes. Could also say, like, literally say. And then you have the letter P. Oh, what's this? You have P, T, pot. Pot. And then, why did I say pot? It could also mean top. Okay? Like, you guys are gonna get to the top spot with the S in here. Okay, so it's up to you to play around with the words. You have another letter P, you have J, you have I, and then you have another letter O. So 2 occurrences of the letter O, and then you have G. Okay, you have R, you have B. Okay, and then you have letter E. And then we also have another letter R. Yeah, so far 2 R's, 2 P's, and then 2 O's. And then we have letter H. Okay, and then we have letter U. We have Z. And then we have another letter Y, 3 letter Y's. So you may be waiting for a sign, and 3 Y's could indicate that yes, go for it. Okay, you have you have another letter F. So, okay, you have two P's, two O's, two R's, well, two F's. So this could be significant for some of you. Okay, take what resonates, please. Okay, well, this one is 9, I'm sure. This one is my mark, the space thing. So it's 9. Okay, another letter G. Okay, so G is also. Oh, you have another letter O. Sorry, this is 0. So sorry. Then you have letter I. You have letter K. I think I've almost picked out all the alphabets. What you think? Okay, we have the month of July. So this could be significant for you guys. We have April. And then for the last letter, we have letter L. Okay, so that's it for the initials, and that is it for us, pile number 1. So I hope you liked this reading. I hope this was able to help. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I get to see you all on the next reading. Bye bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Pyrite crystal, this one is for you. So we're going to discuss first with using the daily fortune cards, how you guys were able to discover your gifts and talents. And then these guys will talk about those gifts and talents, and some warnings, or warning rather, about the gift and talent. Now for your first cards, you have Claw. Okay, just gonna put it closer for you guys to read more about the card. And then we have Older Woman. Okay, so pile number 2. What I'm seeing here is that, well, I'm seeing that for most of you who picked this, although it's not necessary that you have to be, but I'm seeing that you guys are most probably either Asians, or not, although again not necessarily, or you could have grown or came from a family that is very strict, but at the same time is very close. You may have been very close with your family, or it could be that your family was strict growing up, like you were not allowed to go out much at night, you were not allowed to go out to parties and stuff. Or it could also be that sometimes you felt like your family was very serious. It's like it's almost as if they don't let you have fun at all. Now for some of you with the claw appearing in your card, I'm also seeing here that growing up you may have felt like you were controlled or overprotected. So claw is, well, usually with the birds, and correct me if I'm wrong about this. So with the birds and all, the way they take care of their youngs or the baby birds is that they always have them underneath their claws. So it's really much like that's pretty much like how you felt growing up, like your family. Okay, your family is almost always in the know, or at least almost, or they think they're in the know of what's happening around you. And it's different. For some of you, it may have been okay, you may have realized the value of what you're doing. It for some of you, you may not be that okay with it. Some of you may have mixed emotions about it, but regardless of the situation, older woman with the card in here, the older woman is saying that your family, in particular your seniors, okay, so your parents, your grandparents, your uncles, so those who are in the position of authority in the family, in a senior state of your family, they have this very strong influence towards you. I am seeing that for most of you who pick this pile, you don't really see it as much of a bad thing. I'm seeing that, for some of you who have picked this pile, you have often been described as someone who's sweet, someone who's gentle, someone may have even commented that you guys are soft spoken. Okay, like you're very gentle. It's as if you consider yourself like this older woman, again regardless of the gender. So older woman, and stereotypical older woman is described as someone who's homely, someone who's caring, very motherly, very crafty, okay, creative, someone who's warm. Okay, I'm seeing that right now. That is how you see yourself, and this is, for some of you, it's possible that you have acquired these things from your family. Now, let's get into detail with the tarot cards on what your actual gifts are. So for your first card, you have the Page of Cups. Okay. Next card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Next off, you have the Nine of Cups. You have the Judgment card. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So, and then this card, we have the Bat. Okay, so this is pretty much like, well, I'll talk about it later. Okay, now, I want to talk about the general energy of your tarot cards first, pile number 1. So, basically, in general, what the cards is saying is that one of your strongest talents, personality trait, or a gift rather, is that you guys have good social skills. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with the 7 types of intelligence, you guys have this good social, I think the name is social intelligence. Like you guys are killing it on that scale. Okay, so let's start with Page of Cups. Okay, we'll go to the cards one by one. Page of Cups in here, I'm getting the message that you guys are very intuitive, especially in terms of reading other people's emotions. Like, you know how they feel, in the sense that it's almost as if you can feel it yourself. You have a very good grasp of other people's emotions. So that's one of the great things, one of your greatest strengths. And then you have here 10 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here that you have good relationships with everyone in your life. So may this be family, may this be friends, may this be a partner, if you have a partner in your life, even with co-workers, and even strangers. I'm seeing that you guys may have been popular, or if not, if you don't describe yourself popular, rather, it could be that you have a lot of friends. Okay, whether you consider them as a close friend or not, but if or whenever you guys are in a social setting, let's say in a party and all, even if you go there alone, okay, you won't leave the place alone. At the end of the day, after that event, you'll gain a friend. Even a even a group of people. Like, people are just drawn to you. Okay, I'm also seeing here with the 9 of Cups, okay, that people seem to just like you naturally. Like, they're just they just feel comfortable around you. They're just okay to open up themselves to you. So I just want to pull in the card closer. So see how the man in the card is literally just opening himself up. So I'm also seeing that this is one of your gifts. Like, you have this ability to make other people open up to you. And I'm also seeing that for some of you, you may have been given a compliment, or pretty soon you would be, that, you know, you'll be hearing someone say that, you know, I've never told anyone about this before, or someone or some people might even be saying that I don't know why I feel so comfortable around you, but I just do. And you know, you also have this tendency not just to open up people, but also to heal them. Okay, so excuse me about that. So yeah, it's not just about you having this ability, having this talent to open people up, but it's also about you, you know, the way that you talk to them, it's soothing. It doesn't feel like you're judging them at all. You know, they have this energy that's just very comforting. You have this energy rather that's very comforting and very calming. And the judgment card in here, I'm also seeing that, you know, well, one, you don't judge people very shallowly. Okay, you know, you tend to look on the other side of things. You know, whenever, let's say, if a group of people are saying some things against this one person, usually you're not the first one to jump in on it. Like, you try to look on two sides of the situation first, and then you try to understand where this other person is coming from. Okay, so you have one of this gift to know where the other person is coming from, you know, why they have that kind of reaction, that kind of behavior. So, you know, you really try to think deeper before saying a word, okay, or before passing on a judgment about another person. But I'm also seeing here that, you know, doesn't mean that you're a pushover. It also means that, you know, you also have a good sense of, you know, you still have within you the good, a strong sense of what is right and what is wrong. Now the Two of Pentacles here is saying that, well, because okay, well, because you attract people a lot, you're actually very fun. Is what I'm seeing. So you guys are fun to be with. The Two of Pentacles though is saying that because of, you know, your gift, your time to be fun, there's also this warning from Spirit to be a little bit careful with being impulsive and with being reckless in terms of, you know, spending money, particularly with spending money. But on the other side of it, I'm also seeing that, you know, if ever you are in a position of authority, your supervisor, your manager, or your business owner, I'm also seeing that you're the type who would really do everything to take care of people over business. Okay? And I'm also seeing that another gift that you have with the Two of Pentacles is that, you know, you're strongly objective. So yes, you have great people skills. You know, you can make people feel comfortable around you. But nonetheless, when it's time to make a decision, you know, you're fair. Like, you're fair. You really see the good side and the bad side of it, and then that's when you weigh it down. Like, you know, you don't just let people walk all over you. Okay, although they have that kind of impression, but yes, yes, but you know, you really discern, like, you really think through about the decisions, okay, every word that you have. Okay, now this time let's talk about this guy, Bat. Okay, so this is pretty much a warning, or rather, you know, one of the how do I say it? Yeah, one of the warning. Okay, because you have this gift, you know, the Bat here is saying that people tend to abuse it because they know that you're kind, you know, because they know that you're understanding. The Bat here is saying that, you know, you have to also be a little bit careful in terms of you know, the other people who are around you. Okay, you have to be careful about being taken advantage of. I'm also hearing the message from Spirit that, you know, it's saying that some of you although it may be difficult, there will be a time, there will come a time wherein you need to accept that not everyone is your friend. Like, no matter how nice you are to them, no matter how pleasant, how cheerful, how much you help them, not everyone is your friend. And sometimes they might even do things that are not for your favor, that are against your favor. But nonetheless, I'm also getting the message from spirit that in spite of, so in the event that you actually do experience that situation, so spirit is saying that do not fret. Okay, do not stop being who you are, being a sweet, a kind and gentle soul, but simply be that way just because you are that kind of person. You can get what I'm saying? Like, yes, you have to be careful about being taken advantage of, people abusing your kindness, but at the same time, it's saying that you don't need to stop being kind, being a good person to other people just because there are these people who are abusing it. So just continue to be kind, but also don't forget to look after yourself. Now, as promised, okay, we're going to go with part 3, which are the initials, the months, letters and numbers. Okay, significant to your reading. So this could be about talking about offers and stuff, places. Could even be about places or people that are going to be very significant to your future self. Now let's start with the letters. Okay, you have letter U. So this, I'm getting this message that spirit is saying that you also have to take care of yourself. Like, you are also important. You also deserve someone being gentle, being sweet to you, being taken care of the way that you take care of other people. Then you have letter F. Okay, you have Y. Okay, you have letter R, furry. Okay, this may be a sign for some of you. If you're thinking of getting a dog, go get that dog. Okay, dogs are the best thing that has ever happened to anyone, like, ever. Okay, have letter B, have letter W, and then okay, you have L, you have, oops, that's a number 5. Then you have letter J, you have letter Z, and then you have letter, okay, this is M. Okay, we have letter S. You guys see the letters? Okay, you also have letter G, so you have 2 G's. Okay, what's this? And then you have 2 R's, so G and R could be very significant for you. Pile number 2. And then for the numbers, okay, you have number 5, you have 0, you have 8, and you have 3. And then you have 7. And then you have June. Okay, I'm gonna get one more month. I feel like I should get one more month for you guys. It's not a month. Okay. Okay, just to be fair, I'm going to pick a month, okay, in here. But I need to get one. I need to get one particular month for you. Pile number 2. Hold on. Okay. It's supposed, like, just a month. Okay, like, I'm not, okay, that's not a month. Okay, the first, okay, let's just put it this way. The first month that I see, okay, that is it. Okay, this is a month. Swear this is a month. Okay, there you go. February. Okay, so June and February could be significant months for you, pile number 2. Okay, and that is it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was able to help. Hopefully you've enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much, and hopefully I get to see you on the next video. Bye. Hi, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. So, if you've chosen the Labradorite crystal, this one is for you. Okay, so we're going to talk about, how you got these talents first, followed by what are these talents and gifts. Okay, so I'm going to put one oracle card. We're going to talk about this later. Okay, so for your first oracle cards, we have Lily, spiritual love, and then we have wealth. Okay, so I am seeing for you, pile number 3, that for most of you, I'm seeing that you may have been born into wealth. For one, I'm also seeing that for some of you, wealth is a strong priority in your life. Okay, whatever your background is, wealth is pretty much at the top of your priority of your mindset. And then you have here Lily. So this is not to say that money and wealth is all that you think about. It's also saying that in spite of it all, you are still a well-balanced person. You're still a loving person. So I'm seeing that the way that you will discover your talents is on your road towards achieving your own financial success, achieving or your path towards abundance, success, and spiritual growth is where you will discover these gifts and talents. So for some of you, I'm seeing that when you were still young, or when you were still just enjoying life in general, like you were not really particular with the gifts and talents that you have. So back then, there was a point in your life wherein everything was just chill, everything was just carefree, or not much on the responsibilities. Okay, everything was really light and just fun. But spiritual growth is saying that there had been, or there will be, a very significant event in your life that, well, is one spiritual in nature. So spiritual meaning, it could be that this may have something to do in that involves religion. It could be that this happened while you were in a religious event or in a religious place. For some of you, it could simply talk about this happening at a very random moment, but then the effects on you, the lasting effects on you, were very spiritual in nature. And yeah, it may or may not have something to do with your path towards achieving wealth. Now, let's see here, what are these gifts, okay, these talents that you have acquired while you are going towards your journey, your goals towards life. These things that you're acquiring, these talents that you're acquiring while you are on your path or journey towards your goal. So we have here, the first card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, we also have for the next card the Ace of Wands. Okay, next card we have the Six of Cups. And then we also have the Emperor. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So for the next card that we have Skull. Okay, so pile number 3. I'm seeing that you may have also been attracted or drawn to another pile. I can't remember if it's pile 1 or pile 2, but it almost has that same, there you go, pile number 1. It almost has that same vibe or energy. So there might also be some messages from you for pile number 1. So after this reading, you can go and check it out. But without further ado, let's talk about your tarot cards, the 5 cards in general. So what I'm seeing here, in general, but then later we'll talk about them one by one. What I'm seeing here is that you guys, one of your gifts and talents is that you guys are very intelligent. Like, you love things that helps you think critically, helps you think deeper. You guys may be into science, you guys may be into law or engineering, or anything that most people or some people would consider hard. Okay, you guys may even, I'm seeing that for some of you may even be doctors, okay, or lawyers, or in that profession wherein the person or the professional is really required to have a high level of intellect. You guys are drawn into that. Okay, now as promised, let's get into your tarot card reading one by one. With the Queen of Swords appearing in your reading, so I'm seeing that you guys love to learn a lot of things. Okay, you guys are very strong at the same time, and you're very confident about it. I'm seeing that for, sorry about the background noise, we could hear it. Anyway, I'm seeing here for you guys for pile number 1. Okay, sorry about that, pile number 3. Anyway, going back to the Queen of Swords energy. So you guys are strongly intelligent, and at the same time very confident with your knowledge and skills. Okay, so most of the time I'm seeing that you guys, some of you may be introverts, like you prefer to spend your time, your free time, enriching your minds. It could be in the form of reading books or studying. For some of you, I'm seeing that you like to watch documentaries, and for some of you I'm seeing that you like to take further studies, like after finishing college, like you went on and go ahead and straight ahead applied to, let's say, med school or law school, or a master's degree, a graduate degree. But whatever it is, Queen of Swords is saying that you guys, and well, being beside the Ace of Wands, you guys love to learn a lot. Okay, you love being the source of knowledge of a particular field that you're interested in. Okay, so let's say for instance you've picked the field of law. Now I'm seeing that you guys don't just aspire to be a lawyer, but you aspire to be the best in that field. Okay, so I'm also seeing an energy of being competitive. Okay, so you guys are how do I, yeah, like you guys have a good sense of sportsmanship. There you go, you have a good sense of sportsmanship, and you always strive to be the best. Okay, I've mentioned that you're competitive, but it's not in a sense that's toxic, but it's in a way that even if you're in a field, like let's say you want to be a musician, you want to be a singer. So I'm seeing that even if you're in a field where it's highly competitive, where a lot of people are trying to get the same job or want the same job that you have, for you don't mind. Like, you're willing to how is that word, like heed the crowd, go towards your dream, no matter what it takes, no matter how difficult it is. Like, you will do everything, okay, to go and be the top in your field. Again, guys, I'm really so sorry about that. Anyway, we also have here the Ace of Wands. Okay, so Ace of Wands is saying that not only do you have a strong intellectual ability, but you guys are also good in terms of communicating your thoughts. Excuse me. Like, let's say for instance, you're a great lawyer. Okay, Now, not only are you great in terms of what you know, in terms of what you've memorized, how you apply it, but you're also good in how you say it. Like you can easily discuss a topic, in a way that other people who are not in your field can understand. Like you can explain things very well in layman's term. You know very well how to apply, your knowledge into everyday life, into practical matters. So for you, it's not just acquiring knowledge, but being able to use those knowledge for your advantage. In the Six of Cups, I'm also seeing here two things. Okay, so one, you're not just intellectual for the sake of it, but you're also intellectual so that you can share this with other people. Okay, so like for instance, you don't just want to be a doctor just for the sake of you, being the best doctor, but you also want to be a doctor so that you can help other people out who would be needing your knowledge or expertise. And another thing that I'm seeing with the Six of Cups is that another strength that you have is that you acknowledge your background. Okay, like no matter where you came from, you always draw strength from it. Like you're proud of the things that you've learned. And another thing that I'm seeing is that you almost always never forget a thing that you've learned. Like once you've understood something, it's always gonna be there for you. Like you have a good memory, have a sharp memory. Okay, you have long-term memory skills. I'm sorry. But you have a good memory in general. And then next card that we have is the Emperor. So I'm also seeing that aside from you guys being intellectual, you also have, well, going back with the wealth, you have good enterprising skills, enterprise abilities. So it's saying that not well, if you guys are also thinking about going into business, so the Emperor card is saying that this could be a sign to actually go for business. But it's also saying that another strength that you have is that you're calculating, but in a good way. Like you're risky. No, sorry. You take risks. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Like a better term. Like you take risks, and the risk that you take is calculated. There you go. So it's not the kind of risk wherein it's not risky enough that you actually gain high, and it's also not the kind of risk that is too reckless. Okay, that you lose a lot. Now, kind of like investment. If you guys are into investing, so you're not risk averse, and at the same time you're not really too risky. Like when to play your cards right is a better way to say it. Like very well how to play your ace. Okay, so you guys are very good with it. And another thing that I'm seeing is that you have good leadership skills. Okay, because of your intellect, people turn to you, people turn to you for advice, people trust you. Okay, and the Seven of Pentacles here, what I'm seeing is that you also have good money management skills. Like how to handle your money. Okay, you know when to spend on something. Like you are good with budgeting is what I'm seeing. And another message that I'm getting from the Seven of Pentacles is that you also have this gift, this innate gift, this ability to not only help people out, but to help other people grow. So let's say for instance you are a manager and you have people under your team, so you know how to make sure that they bring out the best within themselves. Okay, like you can make them grow into better people, to better professionals. Now, the next card that we have here is Skull. So the message of the skull is hidden secrets can harm you. So what I'm seeing here now, this card, by the way, it represents the warnings. Okay, warnings or the possible side effects of the gifts that you have. So skull here being appearing in your reading, it's giving me two messages. For one, it's saying that you don't have to be afraid if you don't know everything. You don't have to be frustrated about it. And secondly, you know um don't feel bad about yourself, is what I'm hearing from spirits. Don't feel bad about yourself if ever that you made a mistake, or if you find that other people are better than you. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you are not great, you're not amazing. You still are your own self. And I'm also seeing here another message that okay, that you know as much as possible, try to share what you know with other people. Okay, so of course there are things that should be kept confidential, in reality. But then again, if there are some things that could be beneficial or could be very useful to other people, okay, so it's okay. Like, it's okay to share it out. Like, it doesn't mean that you're gonna lose or that you're gonna be left behind. No. So Skull here is saying that you know well, those things that those things that were said a while ago. But yeah, definitely it's saying that in general, rather, it's saying that that there's no need for you to be so obsessed with having your identity wrapped around being smart. Okay, so there is more to you. Okay, like, you're very smart, you're very capable, but there's more to you than what you bring to the table. um it's also saying that your identity is more than just your career. Now, as promised, let's go with the initials. So I will in some months, dates, and year. So there's quite a lot of letters. Okay, so let's start. We have letter V. Okay, this one's number 9. Okay, and then for the other letters, we have, okay, this is another letter. This is number 3. I've been getting numbers so much. Okay, you have V, you have D, you have J. Oh, you have another J. So J could be significant. Also letter T. So 2 J's and then 2 T's. And then you have letter E. Okay, you have 0. Okay. And then you have, okay, another number 9. You have 3 J's. So there's something about, letter J that's very significant for you, pile number 3. And then you have letter L. Okay. You have U. Okay, you have H. Sorry. Okay, you have another letter H. Oh, you have 2 J's, you have 2 T's, and then you have 2 H. Okay, so this is number 2. Whoops, sorry, it's hiding some of the numbers. Okay, you also have, okay, you have another letter U, so 2 U's this time. Okay, and then 2 zeros as well. Okay, you have W, you have V, so you have 2 letter V's as well. You have H, sorry, so just letter F, then letter R, letter C. Okay, then you have, okay, this is 6. Okay, and then you have, let's see if we have more letters. You have Q, you have N, okay, And then you have, okay, this for the month. Can you see it? Okay, there you go. You have April. Okay, sorry, you have letter S. And then there's 7. There's 5. There's another letter B. And then there's 8. Okay. So, no. And then there's also the month of November. So April and November are significant months for you. And that is it for us, pile number 3. So I hope you liked this reading. I hope you liked this message. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you've come to the very end. And hopefully I get to see you guys on the next videos. Bye bye.